Okay, in this video, I'm going to be going over the main card of UFC Fight Night, Michel Pereira versus Anthony Hernandez. And it is actually a pretty good card. It's pretty good. The main event is amazing. I love Michel Pereira. I think he's sick. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. And Anthony Hernandez is a very, very good grappler in the middleweight division. Is going to be a mainstay, I would think. He's very good. So the main event's going to be a banger, and I'm predicting an early finish, but we'll get to that. We'll start off with Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. Predicting the main card, I'm going to go with Daniel Pineda because they both suck, but Daniel Pineda, I think a decision loss against Nathaniel Wood is more impressive than Darren Elkins' last win, like by a lot. Nathaniel Wood is very good. And Daniel Pineda's, I don't. Darren Elkins is horrible. That's my reasoning. Reasoning, very sound reasoning. Darren Elkins is just horrible. Daniel Pineda isn't much better, but he's better, so he's gonna win. Next, Brady Highstand versus Jake Hadley. I'm torn on this one, but I have a feeling Jake Hadley's gonna get it done. He's coming off of a little bit of a momentum thing, and I think he's way better at bantamweight than he was at flyweight. So I think he's going to be able to do a little bit better than he did. He's coming off of a win. And Brady Hastand's pretty good, but I just have a feeling Jake Hadley's going to win. Not super analysis of this one. Not super clean analysis, but I think Jake Hadley's going to be able to catch him with something. Either a crazy punch or a submission. I think he's quick, and I think he's technical. And he's not super powerful, but he's scary in a way. You know what I mean? Maybe it's his face. But I'm going to go with Jake Hadley. I don't think it's a very logical pick, but I'm going to go with him. I think he's going to win. Next, Sudamerji versus Charles Johnson. I had to pause to pronounce his name for a second. I'm going to go with Charles Johnson. Momentum. Charles Johnson's coming off of he's has a pretty good win streak going. He's pretty fucking solid at everything. He really does. He's great grappling. He's good at holding people against the cage. He's good at bringing the fight where he wants to be. He's pretty good crisp striking. He looks really goofy, and his haircut is horrible. Horrible. Not this one, but the one he has during fights. If you know the haircut, then you obviously watch UFC. It's horrible. It's garbage. Sudamerji is coming off of losses. He's not that good. And they have the exact same record, which is kind of funny. But Charles Johnson is just coming off of wins. He's coming off of one win against Jake Hadley in his past. So he's pretty good. He's finishing guys. He finished Joshua Van, which is very impressive. Joshua Van's very good. And yeah, I like Joshua Van. And Charles Johnson beat the shit out of him. So I'm going to go with Charles Johnson next. Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips. I'm a big Kyler Phillips guy. His performance against Pedro Munoz was very fun to watch. He has very crazy, dynamic, like interesting, goofy striking. And it was super clean and super fast and wild and super unexpected. And I didn't see anything that he doesn't have like a whole lot of power, but everything he threw was like, holy shit, what the fuck? The entire time. And it was awesome. He beat the shit out of Pedro Munoz, which is a good win. Rob Font is very good. He's very technical. He's the gatekeeper beast of this division. And he is coming off of a loss against Davison Figueiredo by decision and got his chin tested by Davison's power. And he just gets wobbled a lot lately and just kind of can't take punishment as good as he used to. I feel like he's just kind of losing to these top guys. He's right there at the bottom of the top. At the bottom of the top of this division. And I think Kyler Phillips can weasel his way in there, is my prediction. I think Kyler Phillips is going to probably beat him by decision because Rob Font doesn't really get knocked out. But Kyler Phillips is great, super fun, goofy striking, and it's super cool to watch. And he's not a bad grappler either. The only worry is the gas tank, but I think he can keep it. And I think he's going to beat Rob Font. And I like Kyler Phillips, and I hope he wins. And that has nothing to do with my pick. Next, Michel Pereira versus Anthony Hernandez. Main event. Big main event. Middleweight beasts. Who's going to decide? This fight decides which middleweight is going to kind of launch up the rankings, in my opinion. And if you've watched my Future Champs video, you know that Pereira is on my watch list. Pereira is a goddamn freak. I love him. His fight style is so much fun to watch. He is so fun. He's doing backflips in the cage. That's not done anymore. He's the only one doing it. And if he was doing backflips and losing, it'd be another thing, but he's finishing people. His move up to middleweight is the best thing he's ever done for his career. He's finishing everyone in the first round. And he's finishing people in a mixed variety of ways. Choking people out, rocking people on the feet, body shot TKO over Olin Jacek, I think. I'm forgetting his name for some reason. Michel Pereira, I think. Fuck. Yeah, I think so. Anthony Hernandez is very good at grappling. He's a very good fighter in general. He's going to be in the middleweight division for a long time at the top, I believe, as well. This is a good matchup. This is a 3 or 4 years down the line. This is probably going to be two big dogs in the division, and they're getting this fight done now. I think the main thing, though, is finishing potential. Anthony Hernandez has finishing potential, but he also has more of a potential to get finished, in my opinion. And I think Pereira has the most fucking crazy finishing potential in the UFC. Motherfuckers named Pereira just be finishing people. And Michel Pereira is crazy and super unpredictable and super powerful. And he's no chump when it comes to takedown defense. And I think he'll be able to keep it standing. And I think he's going to get him out of there early like he always does. And it's going to be awesome. And I want to see this guy in the top 5 so badly. So interesting to have him against these guys. Him versus Izzy, crazy. Him versus any of these guys, crazy. Him versus any of these people, I don't have a fighter in the middleweight division that I am 100% positive Michel Pereira doesn't fucking just knock out. He could do it to anyone in this division, in my opinion. So I hope he wins. I think he's going to beat Anthony. And I think after that, he's going to go on a run. And I think he's going to get the belt. If my prediction stands, I think he's going to get the belt. So yeah, the main card's pretty good. Sorry if my technical analysis of the fights was lacking, but this main event is great. I'm very excited. And yeah, after this, we'll get on to the really fun shit. Also, Ngannou to Spain is happening this weekend, and I'll make a video about that. So I'll see you in that video. See you soon.